Guys, every time Bitcoin flashed this signal since 2015 for the past 5 years, a huge boom followed and it's back. There's actually more than just one, and we'll take a look at it in this article. But as well, CNBC predicted a bullish Bitcoin run, so maybe we will drop significantly. And wow, this potential bull pennant that we had drawn might actually just be a little bit bigger. This is actually really huge. We're going to get into what that means and what the breakout target is, because it's a little bit higher than we previously thought. As we talked about in yesterday's video, which is currently being shadow banned, there was not enough volume, guys, so much to get into. And what can we expect for this next weekly candle? Only one away until the halving. Let's do this, brother. Wow, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another extremely exciting episode. So much to get into today with the charts, and specifically, there is a lot of bullishness. But guys, as we've been talking about, potentially one major downturn first, but there's so much interesting stuff on these charts, and specifically with two other indicators that I have rarely, and actually two that I haven't used on this channel before. So we'll take a look at that. And guys, this is huge. So my video from about 16 hours ago did actually get shadow banned. This happened to Crypto Zombie as well. And from what I'm hearing, it's happening to a lot of people. Crypto made a video about it. Sunny Decree. Shadow banning is basically when you post a video and it completely disappears from the search engine, the subscription feed, the recommended, suggested. The only place you can find the video is if you specifically go to my channel. So this is my channel here, uploaded 20 hours ago, happening now, breakout or fake out. If you go to YouTube and you type in Tyler S. Bitcoin, it brings up my most recent videos. However, that one is not there. It brings up my one from 2 days ago, not the one that I just posted. And as well, I type in the exact title of the video and it brings up the last time I used that title, which was over 2 months ago. So this video is nowhere to be found. Literally nobody can find it. And at the same exact time on my analytics, when they shadow banned the video, my views were about 500 to 600 views per hour. And it went all the way down to about 40 views per hour. So Bitcoin is definitely being attacked. This is not just me, this is happening to a lot of Bitcoin creators. So guys, I ask that you go over to Twitter. I have this pinned at the top of my tweeter. All you have to do is retweet this. So guys, we got a lot to get into. If you want to enter for this ledger, if you can even see my video, if it pops up, make sure to leave a comment, hit the dings, hit the subscribe, hit the comments. So guys, actually today we have two incredible articles that I want to get into. But we're going to start off with the TA as usual. Here on the weekly, there could be a beautiful weekly. We've had 7 weeklies in a row. So guys, I mean, let's be realistic for a second. We should probably see a pullback, but the halving hype could actually continue to push us forward. We'll have to wait and see. This has been absolutely crazy. 7 weekly candles is massive. So what I want to do is actually switch to this chart. I think this actually, if it is a bull pennant, this actually would make more sense if it's a little bigger. The flag is pretty high, okay? And we had it drawn about here, which just looked a little small. This length right here would make more sense for a bull pennant. Now this would be a bullish break, most likely to the upside if it did break. So we're going to look at both bearish and bullish scenarios. For a bullish scenario, this one specifically looks really good. And if we were not 7 weeks of green candles, then I would say this is very, very likely to be the case. But the reason I'm not necessarily convinced, guys, is because we're literally 7 weeks into green candles. And as you can see on this chart, we're already clearly above where we dumped to on that fateful day. So we were trading right around like the $8,000 mark. And guys, we're already above that. So we've already made up all of the gains of that fateful day of March 12th with the global situation and everything. We've already made up all of those gains. They're already, we've already passed them. Realistically, we're not in a bullish market until we actually break above this and actually break this line here and set right above there about the 10.5 and make higher highs. So I think realistically, that is the ultimate confirmation. In one sense, we are in a bullish market because we're above the 200 daily moving average. And you can also say because we're above the 21 weekly, we're in a bullish market. Also, we're above the 100 weekly and the 200 weekly. So again, in terms of moving averages, we're above everything on the daily and the weekly. That's important there. But in terms of the entire structure of the market, that's where we're not necessarily bullish just yet. In terms of bullish break, this is a really good pattern to watch. And actually, most likely, about 75% of the way through here, it actually put us to about May 5th. So we could actually be seeing a move out of this by May 5th. So about 2 more days, Tuesday of this week, we could see a pretty big move. I think that would be about the perfect timing. That's usually average of where it would break out. It could be a little before, it could be after, but that's on the bullish scenario there. And guys, we're still being held down as we talked about yesterday. Last night we were up here at like 92 and we got pushed back right back to this golden pocket right here of the last 365 days of the last entire year. So this is really important. The Fibonacci retracement that I've pulled out here, started talking about this more specifically yesterday. We're back in that golden pocket range, which is a huge area of resistance and support. So we got pushed back into it. So again, even though we've had a massive bullish rally for the past 7 weeks, we are still in a precarious situation that could be pointing to the fact that we might be at a top. Now guys, this is huge. I want to do this last because I think this is the most interesting. And this will be short, the crypto community shudders because CNBC predicts a bullish run. So if people aren't familiar, usually when CNBC makes a prediction, they're very often wrong. They've often said that Bitcoin is about to get really bullish right at the very top before it went down. And they've often said that Bitcoin was going to keep going lower right at the bottom before it went up. And there's actually some data in this article I want to show you. So CNBC tweeted that there could be a big breakout ahead for Bitcoin. Again, it says here, the business network's past bullish calls have proven to be a mark for the top of Bitcoin price. Basically meaning that when CNBC calls for a top, that means it's basically the bottom. What that basically means is when CNBC calls for Bitcoin to go up, it usually goes down. And when they call for it to go down, it usually goes up. It says here, in the past, this has been a catalyst for a very big and very, very big run up. We've had a tremendous run up. Coming up to this, I got some wood to chop around 9,000. But I think in the medium to long term, you now have an asset that's going to be more scarce than gold. So that's what Brian Kelly tweeted, and that's why people are kind of making fun of it. When they talked about it, a collective sigh of disappointment could be heard throughout all of crypto Twitter because they have a bad track record of predicting. And here is actually pretty funny. Every single bullish tweet we've seen has been the top of nearly every single rally. So this is basically just a chart that shows that every time CNBC has said we're about to go higher, that has been the top and we've gone lower. So that's one thing to notice, and they just called that we are potentially about to go higher. So is this potentially the top? Now this is where things get really juicy. This is where things get fun. So every time this Bitcoin signal flashed since 2015, so for the past 5 years, every time it's flashed, a huge boom has followed. Let's see here. The trend continued on May 1st when Nenya Business, a Bitcoin chartist and analyst, observed that the signal preceded some of Bitcoin's most important rallies over the past few years has just been spotted again. So I think Crypto Capital Venture actually talked about this recently. I think, I could be wrong, but this is the parabolic stop and run reversal, PSAR, a natural fit for analyzing Bitcoin according to a recent observation. So basically this chart above that you see here, every time he explained that in the wake of the 6 times the indicator has appeared in the past 5 years, Bitcoin saw substantial upside after seeing that. That was the case at the start of 2019 when just prior to the 25% breakout on April 1st, the PSAR, the stop and run reversal, flipped bullish, marking the start of an over 300% rally. Similarly, the PSAR flipped bullish multiple times in the 2017 rally to mark local highs and bullish continuations, because that was basically an entire year of uptrend with some slight pullbacks, but for the most part, it was breakout after breakout after breakout all of the 2017 year. For one Bitcoin strong rebound in April, saw a cryptocurrency close its monthly candle above a key level of the Ichimoku cloud as well on the 1-month chart. So with the PSAR and also the Ichimoku cloud, which I've seen people talking about more now, this is relevant for Bitcoin because the last time Bitcoin claimed this technical level was in early 2016 when it was trading around $500 and prior to the 4,000% rally that brought crypto to about 20,000 US dollars 20 months later. So it says here, one trader noted the leading crypto recently broke above a rising wedge formed by the March lows until now. This is the exact same pattern that marked the start of 2019's bull run, which brought prices from the 4,000s to the 14,000 in 3 months' time. So guys, that's absolutely huge, and that's primarily what I wanted to focus on in this video, because we're getting 2 things here. I personally think, wow, we just had 7 green weekly candles. Guys, let's be realistic. If you're a gambling person, you might keep saying, well, let's keep going up. But I mean, realistically, that seems a bit like, wow, we could be getting a pullback. But at the same time, we have the idea that all of these things on the weekly chart that we talked about at the beginning, even the daily charts, everything is showing us that we're looking really good right now. And there are a lot of indicators. For example, even the MACD on the weekly chart is flipping bullish as well. A lot of things are showing us that it's getting really bullish. However, the fact that we've been bullish for 7 straight green weekly candles is a little disconcerting in terms of like, wow, well, we literally can't just go up forever. So guys, let me know what you think, and make sure now to head over to Twitter, please, and retweet this. Try and make some noise about this, guys. This video might get shadow banned. You might get a notification. Sometimes it happens literally instantly, and sometimes, like with my video, it was up for 12 hours before it got shadow banned. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.